Hello, welcome to our Going Bold Wednesdays. We talk about men's issues, topics, and concerns. You guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We're a TV and radio podcast station. We're the #1 internet singles talk network, and we're doing our Going Bold Wednesday. And we're kicking it off right because we have a brand new show here with us and a brand new host. I am very excited to introduce. Our new show is called Dare to Dream, and our host is Graham Williamson. He's an international medical intuitive, evidential medium psychic. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Graham, and how you got into doing what you're doing. And let's talk about this new show that we're going to be kicking off here today.
Oh, with pleasure, Cece. I'm hyper, and anybody that knows me knows that is just my normal state of affairs. Well, I come from England. I've been living in America, Florida, for 20 years, all because I followed my guts. I was actually doing a show on Pal Talk many years ago to help people spiritually. And I got talking to somebody. I came over here, and I've never looked back since. I dared to dream. And in part, this is what made me what I am today. My mother was a rescue medium, which means somebody who dies traumatically doesn't realize that they've passed over to the other side. And so with guidance of her guides and her abilities, my mother rescued these people to go to the light. And she did it with the Church of England, and her mother, my grandmother, was also a medium. So it was in our family, but I'm the only one out of 5 siblings to actually do this. I actually want to help people understand the spirit within can help their physical bodies rather than going to hospital to have them repaired. So that's why I do what I do. And this show came up because of my friend here, Cece, and the opportunity is too much of a chance. I dare to step forward. And because of the going bold attitude, and not just for men, but for everybody, I think this is what people need in their lives at this moment. So come along and enjoy the journey. So I do also medical intuitive, which means I evaluate. I am not a doctor, definitely not a nurse or anything trained or certificated. I evaluate only what I pick up by my body from people I connect with. And it can be in the chat, it can be video, phone, emails, whatever. And I learned the term medical intuitive about 3.5 months ago because I've been doing this all my life from the age of 3. I went to school and I came home for the first day crying my heart out because the kids were picking on me, calling me weird. And my grandmother set a candle and a glass of water. She put a glass of water in front of me and the candle behind it. I said, "What do you see?" Through the glass of water. I said, "Candle." She said, "Right, now sit 90 degrees around. You see the candle, you see the water. Same thing, different perspective." I went back to school after that, didn't worry about it. You see, every one of us have a challenge when we listen to ourselves. People call me weird because I'm hearing voices or seeing things or smelling things or knowing things that I couldn't possibly actually know materially. Mm-hmm. And it isolated me. But as I grew older, that isolation became a haven. I learned to understand my body, which in turn, when I got ill, I learned to listen to it. And that's how the medical intuition started to expand. The more I listened to my guts, the more I understood what was happening. And I know which is my illnesses or problems or dis-at-ease. And then somebody else comes in. I say, "Well, have you got a bad leg? Or have you got this? Or have you got that?" I'm not asking a question. I'm basically saying the symptoms they have. How do you know that? Well, I can feel it. Once I feel it and it's recognized, it disappears because it's not mine. I've made the link, made the connection. And This show is about connecting within yourself. I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. I'm just showing you how to listen, see, hear, feel, and even taste your own abilities, because we all have them. We're all psychics.
Yeah, Graham, I so agree with that. I'll share with you a story that happened to me. I was taking care of my father, right? And I woke up in the middle of a sleep, right? And I woke up and I could smell cat. It smelled like cat pee. You know how cat pee will smell. And I'm thinking, like, my gosh, where's this smell coming from? Because I don't have a cat, right? And I don't think we had the dog at the time. And I just smelled this smell. It was on my hands. It was just all around the room. I went into the bathroom. I washed my hands. I couldn't get rid of the smell, this terrible, terrible smell. And then after a while, it went away. And I called, our good friend, Janet Reynolds, and I called her and I said, what is this? I'm smelling this. It's got to mean something, right? And she said, well, I don't know. She said that you'll just have to give it some time and see what happens. Well, then my father went into the hospital, and when he came out, I had to give him some antibiotic treatments. They were really severe. I had to give him in the arm and all this kind of stuff. And I spilt some of it on my hands, and it was that exact smell.
That's beautiful.
So see, as we do have the ability within us to, but we don't know what it is. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was telling me. Yeah.
Well, that's something I try to put across to people. And because of this modern age of technology, everybody's got a computer or a phone with computers in it. Now, if you look at it this way, if you use your brain as a computer analogy, in it is programs, i.e. memories. Spirit activate those memories of things they perceive and pass it through to you. So if you're remembering aunts, uncles, dogs, cats, the people who've passed, you remember them. It's because spirit are reminding you of that moment, and you can link into that and say, oh, I'm thinking of them, and they're thinking of me. It sounds far-fetched, but the more you practice listening, memorizing, hang on, why did I remember that? Oh, it's because I was going to have a cake or a cup of tea or do something familiar that you would have done in front of those people when they were here, or animals when they were here. And it's the key, the trigger that actually stimulates the memory that spirits are trying to convey through to you. So everybody can feel the psychic side, which is a material aspect, but not everybody can connect with spirit. And I'm hoping that the more people that come in and listen can find out, hey, I might have that ability. But if you think you might have, there's a good chance you will have. And I have such belief of my guides who always come around. I know my grandmother, my mother, my father are always around. And I just wanted, how can I put it into words? I want to do more than dream. I want it to become a reality for everybody else that's watching, listening, and feeling. Because if you're not feeling, you wouldn't be here. We are spirit having a human experience. And that's becoming a more noticeable phrase. And I love it because that's what we are. Our bodies are just the shell. But our energy goes beyond the shell, it goes out. That's why when you walk into a room for the first time, the psychic side steps in and you feel comfortable or not. When you feel comfortable, you relax. If you don't, you're ready to run. Flight or stay. Fear or no fear. Mm-hmm. Imagine a caveman walking into a cave and he didn't feel right, but he went in anyway. We wouldn't be here if he didn't listen. It's a caveman instinct to actually listen to those gut feelings. Everybody does it, but not understand why.
Yeah, that's so true. It made me think that so often you'll meet someone and they have this energy about them, right? This tremendous energy, you can tell. And I've been told that a lot about me is that I have this this energy, a good energy. Everybody always says, you got such good energy. I was like, well, okay, whatever. But you do, you can feel the energy of other people, which is the kind of the attraction, I think, that we have, why we make friends with certain people and why we connect with certain people in a different way. And you can just enter a room and gravitate towards individuals because of that energy that's there. So maybe talk a little bit about that.
Well, the energy is we're all created by the divine source called God, whatever terminology. I'm not going into religion, but we are made up of energy. And also, the energy is electrical, as we call it. So by that, we've got a positive and a negative. You can't have electricity without a positive and a negative. We are batteries by what we eat and what we're made up of, mostly water. Okay, we've got the dense part, but we've got the water part. So we've got this battery. If you're healthy, you radiate. You're radiating this field of energy from your inner light, your inner being. And that's what people can pick up on. The like mind, like energies attract each other. I know magnets are opposites, attract, or magnetics, but our fields are not exactly as that. I'm just using it as an analogy. Our field of energy comes through the top and out through the feet, or the base chakra is the base of the spine, whichever's closest. So when like-minded people get together, their energies are joining together. To explain better, your brain, we only use consciously and subconsciously, 2 parts. For example, say the brain is made up of 10 parts. What the heck is the other 8 parts doing? And if you're electrical, you know that the binary system is involved with electrics and it multiplies. So if you get 2 people together, you've got the 4 parts, the conscious and the subconscious working together with a friend, and the other 8 parts that are hidden that we don't know how to tap into properly, they multiply together. So 8 times 8 is 64. Then the third person comes in, 8 times 64, plus another one, plus another one, and it keeps on multiplying. So all that energy is mixing together. There's only 6 parts working out of the 3 that we know, 3 people. The other 3 8s, 8 times 8 times 8, is working in the background. We don't know what it does. We're learning what it does. This spiritual connection, because only spirit can actually perceive the reality of what we as spirit and having a human experience are going through. They help us understand our self-enlightenment, our purpose for being here. And by mixing with the right people, the right energies, this enables us to communicate better, because communication is the key. Clarity of communication, truth of communication. And the Bold Network is stepping forward. And my show about Dare to Dream is about how you can make a difference. And I'll never stop spouting that off, because I've not long met Cece, and through my friend Janet McReynolds, she's wonderful. I've known Janet for a while, but through her I met Cece. And I was wondering how I can convey my gifts to other people better through a show. And within a month or 2, here we are. I trusted my friend. I trust her friends, because we all think alike. That's how I'm able to do this today, because I dared to dream. What do you think, Cece?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I started this whole complete network based on that, and based on a dream that I had, and where my friends thought I could do it, They say, well, you can do that. Yeah, we'll work that out. So it's like you're capable of so much more than you would ever imagine if you just allow yourself to step into your dreams, right? And I'm not saying nightmares, but I'm saying step into the dreams and the goals and the envisions that you might have for your life, for the future, because they're given to you I really feel, for a path, aren't they? It's almost like you're given this picture, and do you want to step forward and embrace that or not? And then you might decide not to and move on to something else. But I do think that we're given these paths in life and these learning experiences so that we can, we can move forward into maybe a better place for ourselves.
Yeah. As I said about self-enlightenment, our spirits came here for a reason into these bodies that we chose. This is my belief, entirely your choice, whether you believe it or not. But I know from experience, the people that have passed have been connecting with me to pass on their messages, not mine. This is not about Graham. It's about spirit. It's about those who have passed on or not yet come into this world. We as spirits are up there for whatever time, as we call it, millennia from the first Big Bang or milliseconds ago. We don't know how time relates up there. But whilst we're up there, we're looking down, choosing whether to come into this world, into the material world. And I feel strongly that you choose to experience through what this physical body is going through so you can understand it better. And I look at myself and I think, why me? And I honestly have found out why not. Why not me? I've been into so many jobs, so many situations, and I want to share them with you in time, if that's what's meant to be. I have no agenda other than to prove life after death. And we people, male and female, answer our own purpose. Think about it. Dare you face yourself, your purpose of being here. This is the bold step.
Yeah, certainly. Now, if anyone else wants to get bold out there, any listeners that might be listening, we would love to have your comments. If you have any questions, if you'd like just a brief little reading today, you can do it. We have a comment area. All you just said, put your comments in, wherever you're listening, and we can see it right on the screen. And we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Definitely. Because this is about, as I said, communication. And I want you to feel that we are brothers and sisters, because we are. And I know sometimes we don't get on with our families. That's a fact of life. But are you man enough or woman enough to step up and say, I take ownership for my actions with the best intent, or not? I can't answer for you. I know that I have arguments with my family, but I'm man enough to stand up and say, I was right or I was wrong. It's not about me. It's about joining together and making this world a little bit better place. Because, boy, we've been through a lot in the last couple of years. And some of us have gone through worse than what I've gone through. And I take my hat off to you. And I sympathize with you. But I know also those who've passed are not gone. They are on the other side looking down saying, how the heck can I get a message to you? I know there's many mediums, very gifted, many psychics, but the mediums will pass on that message. And I promise to do my best for you and them that have passed. I don't know what it is I'm going to do. I just trust my guts. And with the show, it'll be on bi-weekly, if I'll get that correctly, 5 o'clock every other Wednesday. I would like you to actually send us comments, emails, messenger, Facebook, add me, just say about the show, Dare to Dream. To my email address is thebrit with 2 T's, THEBRITT77 @hotmail.com. Or my website is Medium Graham Williamson. That's MEDIUMGRAHAMWILLIAMSON ONLINE. Or you can call me 352-409-1060. That's a Florida number. Leave a voice message, because we all know these crank calls that we get. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I can work on Facebook and Messenger. You can also come and knock on my door if you want. I'm always open. And I want this show to be everybody's, not just ours. So, are we taking a break in a minute, my dear? Yeah. Your microphone's off.
I'm sorry, I muted myself accidentally. Okay, you guys, you're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, and we're going to be right back. So hang on tight. We're going to show you a quick commercial, and we will have a lot more information for you. So I am so excited to have Graham Williamson here with us. He's a medium. I mean, I tell you, if you guys really want to, second half of the show, ask him some questions. We'll see what he's got in store for us. So I'm excited about it. So I am Cece Schatz. We have Graham Williamson here with you, a brand new show called Dare to Dream on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We'll be right back. And we're back. You guys, you're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. And we have a brand new show here, Dare to Dream. We have our wonderful new host here, Graham Williamson. He's an international medical intuitive and an evidential medium psychic. So what is an evidential medium? What does that mean exactly?
Well, I've found out over the years I can actually describe people's mannerisms, speech, habits, quick little things people do. I had one lady once, she sat with two ladies, one lady either side, and every time I was looking at her, my mouth started to drool, salivate. But I was reading somebody else on the other side. So I said, hang on a minute, I'll be right back. This lady needs something. I said, did your mother have false teeth? She always was badly fitted? And that was it. I said, right, now we know who it is. We'll be back to you in a minute. I finished reading. Nobody had ever come through describing her mother's teeth, her dentures. That's evidential. And I described this lady physically. And I'm not very good at names, but they know how bad I am with names. I'm terrible. But that's the Navy for you. And I learned the quirky little things about the way the dog used to sit and the tail wasn't quite right, or a tooth missing, and a cat that is scratching all the time, or whatever it is. Even riding. Every time somebody is connected with a horse, I'm seeing me in memory being thrown into a pond. Because I used to ride a pony. His name was Fury. I was only 9-10 years of age. And this horse pony had a thing about throwing me into the pond. And I could describe this horse verbatim. And when spirit comes through for somebody, and for example, it is a horse, I'm always shown this pony throwing me into the water. So you used to ride, and this horse did A, B, C, not necessarily throw me in the water. I knew the link was there for a horse because I've been shown. And it's by experience I can pick up whatever it is on evidential.
Very interesting. I have never heard of that before. Now, what about like your sense of smell and taste? Can you do that too? Is that something you know?
Yeah. One of the things I've done is a table tipping. I was a guest at a medium's house, and we did table tipping, and I knew spirit were going to be involved. My grandmother was chewing my ear off a bit, and my wife was with me, and we'd gone, and I said, please, I apologize now, but something's going to happen. So we went in, we sat at this table, and then people started, what's that smell? It smells like a dog's peed. Oh, it's horrible. I thought, it's strong, isn't it? I said, yeah, and everybody was starting to smell it. It was a wolf smell. And then my nana took over. And you see, a wolf, I've never met a wolf personally, but my grandmother had talked about wolves when I was a child. I don't know if it was just a made-up story, but I associate the name wolf and I get the smell. So when I get the smell, I know it's my grandmother. It's all association.
Oh, wow.
And I wish sometimes it would be like my mother's favourite thing is the lilac bush, lilac tree. Because there's a tree at my grandmother's we called a nana, and this lilac tree was there ever since I was near to a grasshopper till I left. And the scent of lilac is my mum. And one of the stories I want to quick one to tell you is I knew my mother was going to pass over the day after we spoke. We had a 2-hour telephone conversation. And in that, we righted things, we put everything back into perspective, water under the bridge, sort of stuff. And she told me things that I'm still answering for 20 years later. And she said, I'm not going to survive the operation tomorrow. And she was going to have a hip replacement. She said, I know I'm not going to survive. Now, she was a rescue medium, so she knows something wasn't going to work out, but she wasn't afraid. She says, I'll be out of pain. I'll be out of discomfort. I'll be able to see mum, granddad, and all her friends again. And she was looking forward to it, but she just wanted me to know she was happy. And I was doing what I dared to believe in. And her, see that one? That picture there?
Right.
That's Dare to Dream. The last gift my mother gave me before she passed. I brought it with me from England. The following night, that night, because England's 5 hours in front of us, in Florida, my wife was woken up in the middle of the night, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, our time in Florida. So that's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. She died on the table. But the scent of lilac was in our bedroom within an hour of her passing. My wife didn't know that was my mum's favourite flower, the scent. I'd written it down and I showed my wife. I said, it was that smell, wasn't it? Because I didn't smell it. I was asleep. And anybody who knows me knows I pass out when I sleep. And it's only life or death that spirit will wake me up. But my mother knew I didn't need to wake up because I already felt that she'd passed. So I didn't need to be told. But my wife didn't understand it. Now she's opening up and her medium skills are becoming astronomical.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. I could feel my wife when I was in England when she had a headache, stomachache or whatever, and her 2 daughters. I said, all the girls are doing this, all the girls. And have they done this today? And did they do that? And yes. Because I could feel it all the way in England to here, where I'm living now.
That's amazing.
It is, because we think we are finite in ability. We have a limit. That's the trouble with people. You've been limited when you come into this body. And by our peers and by our actions and by what we're being told or shown or and done to us. As I've got older, started to say, to heck with that.
Mm-hmm.
I am only limited by my own actions. And the more I trust myself, those boundaries disappear. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I only care what I can give to you. Think about it. I'm not controlled by other people. I'm only controlled by my response to other people. And when you learn that, you have far more energy than you realize, because that inner light that's inside you that makes you you is limitless. It's pure white. And we cloud it up. I call it the onion layers of emotion. Right. And it hides it. The more you trust yourself, the more that light shines. That energy you were on about earlier, Susie, it's that radiates out. The more, God, I can feel your energy. I can feel this. I can feel that. I don't know what it is. Who cares what it is? As long as it's positive.
Yeah, because it does generally feel positive. And, it's funny because when you say that, because, I help a lot of people through divorce and stuff, and they come to me and they're talking about, their exes and the triggers and things like that are happening. And I've said the same thing to them. I said that, you can only control your response to it. You can only control your energy to it. And so, you can just have to take whatever they say or whatever they do, and it's you that has to control that, whatever your response is going to be. It's up to you to decide. So if you want to get mad and angry or whatever and make yourself feel miserable, then do it. But if you really want to control that, you can.
Yeah, I've been through failed marriages. I've been through having to leave my kids, and it's not something I chose to do willingly. But I've learned how to turn that around into a positive. And I'm not saying I'm innocent, but I sure as heck didn't ask for it on anything. But I've learned to stand up and say, I'm accountable for A, B, C, D, or whatever it is.
Right.
I'm supposed to put my hand up. But I'm also supposed to say, no, that's false. That's wrong. And you've got to have strength in yourself to do that. You've really got to trust yourself, that psychic ability and your gut ability. You've got so many abilities you're born with, you don't even know how many. I don't know how many I've got. You ask me, like, I've got the International Medical Intuitive, Evidential Psychic, Clairvoyant, Clairsentient, Clairaudient. All these different abilities are used as and when needed. I don't control them. You see, that light inside me is connected directly to spirit, to the source. And it works through me. They know what to do. They just need a medium to work through. And the more I give to them, the more they work through me. My body is healed a heck of a lot. I still have issues, but nothing like I did when I first came over. I have sleep apnea, but I'm correcting it, changing it. The doctors are amazed I'm coming out of sleep apnea.
Right.
They say, you can't, you've got it for the rest of your life. I had eight interruptions per hour when I was diagnosed 8 years ago. By changing my body's automatic responses, I'm down to one interruption to 8 to 10 days. Think about it. From 8 an hour to 1, maybe 8 to 10 days. I still need a CPAP machine to breathe. But I don't need it as badly as I did because I've changed the automatic. We all can change our bodies. Are you bold enough and dare to dream to do it?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, my mom was given, when we found out she had cancer, she was given I think 3 months to live or something. It was a very short time. And she lived for 3 years. So, I mean, and, it wasn't all miserable. I mean, I know that she did have to, go through, because she went through chemo, a lot of treatment and things like that. But she did live a lot longer than what they had said. And so, I think it is up to us, right? But if we don't know what we need to do, in order to try to heal ourselves, or we don't know the particular things that we're feeling or that we hear, or like for that instance with my dad, they smell. I think that was letting me know that I was going to, something was going to be happening.
Yeah.
You know, and so that I was prepared for it, and then I wasn't totally shocked about it. And so that's what Janet said. She said, well, something obviously is going to be happening with your dad, so get prepared, you know, for it. And I think that she knew, but didn't want to tell me everything so I don't go off the deep end, you know. So it's like, need to know, and how much can you handle, right?
But you've also got to remember, each lesson that we encounter, each moment we encounter is for our highest and best, whether we like it or not, because it's our response to that. It's like, I've been involved in car accidents, I've been shot at, I've held a bomb that should have gone. I've had all these things done to me, but I survived. Why? I'm learning why each day. I know, as I said earlier, it's to help other people, not be afraid of death. Everybody's afraid of how they're going to die. That's the phrase. We're afraid of how we're going to die. But some people think there's nothing on the other side. They're wrong. Flat out wrong. Because evidence has been shown for countless generations that there is life after that. Look at the cultures in Egypt. All these cultures, even the isolated villages and natives around the world, are always talking about life after death. So, hang on, something's wrong somewhere. We're getting some misinformation, and nowadays that seems to be the norm. So it's people like us, CC, and this show, and Going Bold. This is what we need to step up and say, "Hey, everybody, don't be afraid of being on the other side, because you don't stop living and learning.
Right.
You're only here for a short space of time on this earth, but you've got a heck of a lot more living to do outside of this earth."
So, you know, that brings me, Graham, to think that let's live our lives to the fullest, right? And so we have individuals like yourself that have this intuitive skill and that can kind of direct us and kind of point us, even though we have this inner knowing of what we need to do. But sometimes I think that has to be brought out of us, and that's what the intuitives do. And so why not live our lives to the fullest and enjoy our life and think about life in a positive way? And if we get an illness or whatever, we think about how can we turn the other side of it, and how can we make it to the benefit of us as we learn. Oh, we have a comment here. So we do have, Sonia, she's on here. Love this, CC. I live my life to the fullest. Yippee. Hey, Sonia, if you want to get a little reading, he's right here. All you have to do is get, I don't know if you feel anything for Sonia at all.
I feel for everybody that comes in.
If you can, and I don't know if you want to tell her anything particular.
Well, welcome, Sonia.
I'll just keep her. Should I keep her message up? Does that help you?
Yeah, because I'm actually feeling something with the fingers, with the hand. Either she's been doing too much, or it's just like it's a bit of an ache. You know, she's got to take a little bit more care. This whole arm seems to have done too much. Yes or no to that? But I definitely feel in these joints here an ache. So just
would it be like arthritis, you think?
Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying I'm only feeling an ache at the moment. But I also feel you like to cook, you like to do things with your hands, you like to help people, but you're not looking after yourself enough at the moment. You're not having...
She says, if you don't set goals, be positive, and love life, you won't.
Exactly.
You want to live. Yeah, she's right. You won't.
I've never set a goal. People say, what do you want to do in your life? What do you want to be in your life? Well, I am. This is my life. And now those aches and pains have gone, Sonia. Because as soon as you start recognizing things, your mind automatically gets your body to work better. You see, you are in control of your body with your attitude and your thoughts. Your thoughts start the ball rolling.
Okay, here's another one. Kayla here would really love to connect, please. So she would love to connect with you. So everyone, I'm going to put his information up because we are starting to wind down here on the show. And then all you need to do is contact him, and you're welcome to connect with him. So his email is thebrit77, that's THEBRITT 77 at hotmail.com. His website, if you guys want to know it, it's Medium Graham Williamson .online. That's MEDIUMGRAHAMWILLIAMSON .online, ONLINE. The reason we spell this out is because when we go down to radio, we want to make sure everybody has the information. But the easiest and the fastest way to get a hold of him is give him a call. His number is 352-409-1060. Again, that's 352-409-1060. He may not answer the phone, so leave a message and he'll give you a call back. A reason he doesn't answer the phone is because we have all those wonderful people that want to sell us everything under the sun. So just call him 352-409-1060, and he will give you like a short reading, a benefit of watching us here on the show. Yep. And then, go into anything further that he could possibly help you with, or, the guys will have to discuss that. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. What is she saying? She's had 59 surgeries and she's not giving up or feel the pain. So Sonia is absolutely wonderful. So Sonia, please call. Yes. And you can text. Can she text you?
Yeah.
Yep, you can text him. So please do give him a text, and then he can give you a call. But Sonia has been very ill, and she has been a true fighter and a trooper, and her attitude is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Also, if I give anybody a reading, please say yes or no. Don't give me information. I have to work with spirit to prove to you that I'm the genuine thing. So the minimum information you give me, the more I have to work. And you're welcome, Sonia.
Yeah, so definitely please contact him. Well, I hope you guys liked the show today. Graham, it went by so fast.
It always does. When you're hyper with spirit, time has no meaning. And I consciously do not think what I'm saying. I quit that a long time ago. I've written out all the things I'm going to say on my first show, what I'm going to do on my first show. It's all in the bin because it's a waste of effort, because spirit worked through me. And I love them and I trust them. I have my rules. That's it. My rules, they work with me for my rules. Because they'd be on my case 24/7. A bit like those scam callers. Hang up the phone, I'm going to sleep, pick the phone up, let's start working again. That's what this show's about. So dare to dream and be bold.
Yeah, we definitely want that. The other thing is I'd like to make sure, okay, let's see. Yeah, it's 352, do we have it right? 352-409-1060.
Correct.
Okay.
As I say, leave a voice message.
Yes, leave a voice message or text. Now, also, everyone, he's going to be here bi-weekly. So not next week, but the week after, come on here and he can give you a little short reading if you want, or if you have a question, or there's something in between that time that you kind of feel and you want to ask, or you're trying to figure out something. He's more than happy to give you a call or to talk to you about it, or even write online here if it's something that's not too personal. He's happy to share things with you.
Men and women.
Men and women, yes. So definitely, this is, we started the Going Bold. We talk about some men issues because we don't really talk about men issues that much, right? Yeah. So we're trying to create more awareness. Yeah. But I tell you what, ladies, you have been so wonderful, because you guys come on and support the show. You come on and support all of the ideas, and you uplift all the guys that are listening and doing the show. So I want to thank you so much for doing that. But I find that the topics are wonderful and they help everyone, just like Graham's Graham's show here is going to help everyone. So so please reach out to him again. It's thebrit77@hotmail.com, and it's medium Graham Williamson .online is his website, and the best way to reach him is 352-409-1060. Well, thank you, Graham, so much. I appreciate it. Anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, never doubt yourself. When you feel something's not right, take a step back. Close your eyes, because your guts will guide you. You're brought in this world with abilities. Start listening to them, and you'll be surprised where you'll end up. All the best to you. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Again, the name of the show is Dare to Dream. Brand new show every other week on Wednesday, right here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And the host, our wonderful host here, is Graham Williamson. He's an international medical intuitive, and he's an evidential medium and psychic. Again, you guys can reach him on his information here, which is the Brit77. That's the, and then Brit, BRITT 77 at hotmail.com. And then also a medium Graham Williamson .online, and his phone number is 352-409-1060. You can text him, or you can give him a call, but he'll leave a message. So if you do that, so he has some time to get back to you.
Now, the medium, Graham Williamson, is all one word, no spaces.
Yes. So it's medium Graham Williamson .online, no space. Yeah, because it's a website, so it's no space there. So everyone, I hope you go bold. We want you to, dare to dream and go bold as you're doing it. So thank you, Graham, so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, next week you'll be on by yourself. I won't be here because you don't need me.
Oh, man.
All right. Bye, everyone. You guys are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are a radio, TV, and podcast station. We're the #1 internet singles talk network, Going Bold Wednesday. And we'll stick around because we're going to be right back on with another great show. We have Arnie Fonseca Jr. coming up, and he's always giving us those life adventures. It's health, love, and life adventures. So please stick around for that. After that, we've got Dad's Going Solo. After that, we've got the boy and girl thing. Everybody loves the boy and girl thing. We've got a lot of stuff happening on the boy and girl thing. And then we have the barbershop show. Oh, and I missed one in between. We got the pub. We have the Arnie, then the pub, then I don't know. I'm getting them all out of whack. But we've got a whole night planned for you. So just stay right here. Stay on our WGSN-DB Going Solo Network Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. And we're just going to be doing one show right after another. All you do is click and come on. We're ready for that. Thanks, Graham, so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gal. All the best to you.
Bye, everybody.